Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. Whippy! Alright guys, so before we get started today, I just wanted to again mention just on November 16th, there's two events going on. If you're interested, just go to the link below. I'm doing a full day character design workshop, which includes one of my books for free. And it comes with lunch too. So if you already have my book, The Silver Way, you could just give it to a friend as a gift if you like. And that's going to be all day and then in the evening time at Titmouse Animation Studios. I'm going to be part of hosting another figure drawing party that I've been doing for the last 3 years now. And that's going to be at Titmouse Animation Studios. It's going to be about 3 to 4 hours long. It's a free event to go to that one. And come draw, hang out, drink some beer. Why not? Listen to some cool music and meet some friends and make connections and any form of networking. All right. So with that, what I want to discuss today is, you guys know me by now a bit. I come up with things at just random times. I could be sitting there. I could be on a walk with my dogs. It could be anything. So last week, I was walking my dogs. And I don't know how it never makes sense. It just has to, it just is. It just comes into my head at the different times because I'm thinking. My mind doesn't stop. And I think that's almost just the initial curse of an artist. I was talking to my wife about it. Just this curse that we have where the brain doesn't shut off. And it's a horrible thing, you know, at times because it just keeps going. We overthink things all the time. And I think even more so when we're creative, when we're artists, whether we're musicians, actors, artists in this medium, whatever we do, we tend to analyze, we overthink, we go through this thing, and it's hard to shut down. Sometimes I don't wish, I'm not going to say that. But sometimes, you know, I've thought what it would be like just to have a regular job. If I just had a regular factory type of job, come home and watch sports all weekend long. And my biggest problem was whether my team was going to make it into the Super Bowl or not, right? And that's where a lot of humans are like that. It's just very mundane, and it's just, there's no extra thought, and I almost imagine that would be a horrible, boring life, in all honesty. So this is what we have to go through. So through that, I was thinking about, and I wrote the stuff down, so it's going to be a little bit of cryptic writing, but I'll explain it just a little bit. And what I wanted to sort of talk about this week is, how do you accept the reality of our current situations? Okay, because the reality is, we all have situations all the time. There's always a situation going on. We always have some sort of dilemma, really. We really do, all the time, whether it be external or internal. And that external dilemma situation we may be facing, that could be, we're dealing with a job, we're dealing with a family member, we're dealing with a spouse, a kid, a friend. It could be anything. You just think about it. Think about all the external situations that you have. It could be dealing with your landlord. It could be dealing with someone at a restaurant, someone who wronged you, another driver, right? So there's these external situations that are happening all the time. But then beyond that, there's always the internal situations that are happening between us. So there's external and internal. And that internal situation that we tend to face that's the stuff that drives us creatives crazy, because internally we're worried about stuff. We're worried. We think too much. We're internally frustrated with our own work. We're working on something and it's frustrating, and we just don't feel like we're moving forward. We just don't feel like we're adapting fast enough. We don't feel like we're, again, you name it, this internal, this fear, this anxiety, this anger, this, you name it. There's some emotion. There's something internally that's going on with us, a situation. So you can't escape it. And this is partly where it comes to this acceptance aspect. So we know that internally and externally, we are forever ridden for the rest of our life with this situation. It's not going away. The only time you're not going to have a situation is you're going to be 6 feet under. So maybe that's a good thing that we do have this, because at least then we know we're alive and we know we're not dead, because we have a problem, and we all have problems. You know, a lot of times you want the good problems, the bad problems, whatever they may be, but it's something we face every day. So don't try to even get rid of that and think that I'm in search of trying to get rid of all of this. I want all this to go away and be done. And if I find that missing link, that missing secret, boom, I can forever be cured. It's not happening. So don't even bother. Why even bark up that tree? It's not even gonna happen. So just know these things, okay? So this is where I came up with this solution. Now, I think it's genius. Because I do. No, I think it's great. It has a lot to do with a Buddhism philosophy. I've talked about it, the CAR philosophy, which is C-A-R in Buddhism. Or not necessarily Buddhism. I don't know so much that it was a Buddhism philosophy as much as it was an Eckhart Tolle, who's a great author, wrote some great books on awakening to your life's purpose. And he talked about, just said it before, CAR. You can, any situation, you can either change the situation, accept the situation, or remove yourself from a situation. Now, so my sort of philosophy is elaborating on that idea just a little bit more. So what I've come to the realization is it's not just about acceptance. We can't, why should we just accept any situation, that shitty boss, that horrible job, that thing that happened, and this that happened, and that person who treats us like this? What are we going to do? Just accept it and say, okay, I accept it. I will just accept. And I will just accept and not take on any of that stuff. No. You got to think beyond that just a little bit. So this is where my thing comes into play, is don't just accept, but what it is we have to adapt to a situation. External and internal is adaptation, okay? So what is adapting? So adapting is the act of changing. So this is where the Eckhart Tolle thing comes in, because changing is really in there. But the act of changing to better suit a situation. So when you adapt to something, we got to change ourselves to suit ourselves to that situation. So now we're going to adapt to, okay, this idea, I'm going crazy in my mind. I got to work on this thing. I'm dealing with this external force. So what do I have to do? I'm not just going to accept it. First of all, I do have to accept this is happening. So there's an acceptance that, yes, this is happening, but I need to adapt to the situation, okay? So that's what we're doing. We got to adapt to it. We got to change, okay? Listen, let me just make it very simple. I have to move to the Antarctic. Oh my God, it's going to be freezing cold out there. So what's the first thing I have to do? I got to accept the fact that I have to go out there for job reasons, for this, for that. And my wife wants me to go there. Our family's there, blah, blah, blah. I need to accept the situation. But the next thing I have to do is I have to adapt to the situation. So I'm not going to go there in summer clothes and swim trunks and everything else. My adaptation is making sure that I'm bringing the right resources along with me to this new environment that I'm being put into. So I got to bring the comfortable clothes, the comfortable jackets, the comfortable everything to keep myself warm. So that's where we have to adapt. So this way, internally, externally, whatever situation you're dealing with, just through acceptance, you need to adapt to that. Okay, so don't just accept, adapt to that situation. And that comes from within acceptance. So this is what I came up with, my philosophy, my new saying. Ready? Here it goes. Okay, like change, accept, remove. This is the silver way right here. Number 1, accept. Number 2, adapt. Number 3, adopt. See that? Accept, adapt, and adopt to the situation. What do you do by adopting? When you're adopting to a situation, you're taking on responsibility, right? When you adopt a new philosophy, a new mindset, you're bringing on just a new sort of mindset. You're taking on a new responsibility, okay? So through that adaptation, accepting, you're taking this on. This is, if you're going to adopt a kid or adopt a cat, or you're taking on a responsibility by adopting something. So that's what you're going to do. So not only have you accepted this situation that you're in, internal, external, but now you're going to adapt to this situation because this is your new life. Okay, this is something that happens, let's just say, with your parents. As your parents get older, some of you guys are younger, some of you guys are older, some of you guys have lost your parents, some of you guys' parents are still around and they're sick and you're going through different things. It could be a family member, anyone else. So what are you having to do? Number 1, you got to accept the fact that your family member is sick. Okay, because that's the reality. Number 2, you got to adapt to this new world and situation. So you may have to be running your sick parent to the doctor all the time. You may be having to deal with doctors, nurses, picking up prescriptions. So you need to adapt to their environment. And number 3 is you're adopting to this new way of life and you're going to take on this responsibility. So these are what you do. What I think is in the situation, whatever you're going through is, I got to adapt to this, and then I'm going to adopt to it. Okay, I'm going to adopt it because I'm going to take it on and be present for it and be a part of it, and that's what we got to do here. Okay, so just remember these things. Let me see. What else did I write? I get, that's it. That's all I want to sort of say today. Adapting, I wrote, having an awareness, you know. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's what I want to share with you. Thanks again so much for watching. Thanks for, please, you know, feel free to share. Feel free to like. I always appreciate that. I always appreciate you guys' comments. Every single week, there is not one comment that I don't like and I don't read. So please feel if you want to add to this conversation, and for other people who read it, you want to share something, please do. You can go to my website, silvertunes.com. Just for any of my events, any new things that are sort of happening. I'm doing a sort of meditation retreat in November up in the Redwood Forest in Santa Cruz. If you want to be a part of that, come join me there. It's going to be a 2-day event where we're just discussing art. We're going to be drawing. It's a workshop, but also it's a relaxation. It's a place just to kind of get your head back together and get you on track and get you motivated, inspired, and on the right path of creativity. All right, and you can see that on the silvertunes.com in my events section. Thanks again so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care. Hello, this is Steven, and I just wanted to tell you about this cool thing that I'm doing right now through my website at silvertunes.com. It's a Skype mentorship. In a sense, what I want to do is just talk to you, meet you, tell me about things that are happening in your life, see if there's anything that I could do to help you. I can look over your artwork, do your portfolio, and just maybe try to push you in the right direction that you want to take your life and your journey. All right, so you can go to silvertunes.com, go to classes, click on mentorship, and you can learn all about it. We can try to arrange a time, set up a date. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And I just wanted to make it just very affordable, just to open it
it up because I love doing this. I love meeting people from all over the planet. It's a really cool thing, and with this technology, why not? So that's it. Thanks.
Whoa! Hey. Go back. Go back. Wait, go back. Go back.